Welcome back. The Minister of Human Settlements, that's Mamoloko Kubayi, says South Africa and China have already agreed to increase trade between the two countries. President Cyril Ramaphosa today addressed the Africa-China Business Forum, where this issue was discussed. International News Editor Sophie Mokoena is there.
The South Africa-China Business Forum got underway this morning here in Beijing. The issues that are on the table is trade and investment. Earlier on, there was a discussion around the issue of agriculture. We expect more leaders to make presentations, and South African business community and the Chinese or their counterparts here in China are trying to strengthen the trade relations between the two countries. But to speak to us about this important gathering, I have with me Minister of Housing, who is also the chair of the committee that deals with economic issues in Cabinet, Mamoloko Kubayi. Mamoloko Kubayi, quite an important meeting. You've been here early. What has been discussed thus far?
No, good morning to the viewers at home. I chair in the ANC side, Comrade Parks chairs, Minister Dow chairs in Cabinet now. On the economy. But being part of the session here, it was quite important. Quite a number of issues raised with us as government by business, both in the side of the Chinese business side and also the South African business side. One of the issues was that they've seen agreements being signed. They would want to see more implementation because we've got to resolve the issues of systems between the two countries. Having signed a memorandum of understanding as human settlements is one of the issues that we're taking up. The issue of tariffs is one of the issues that they are raising with us, to say they sometimes have tariff issues between South Africa and China. And therefore the problem is that we've got to be, they compete, for example, with countries who do not have to pay tariffs. And therefore that is an inhibitor for South African businesses here. So later on, the businesses will give a report to the president on issues they've been able to pick up, led by Minister Tau as Trade and Industry Minister, who is going to reflect on the issues. I think what is critical for us is that China is one of areas where we can potentially, South Africa, increase in terms of trade, but also we all competing for the African free trade. So you do not want to be bypassed as a country. So this platform creates an opportunity for South African business to be able to benefit, but to be able to leverage on these relations that we have. And the bilateral meeting before FOCAC was quite important for us as South Africa.
The critical issue on the continent is that you have these powerful nations or countries or economies coming to the continent, just taking the mineral resources of the continent, not willing to set up industries so that African countries can beneficiate and we can create more jobs and you have more value for your commodities or your resources.
No, the engagement, bilateral engagement between South Africa and China has been in the fact that we want to build more manufacturing, utilizing their innovative technology because they are quite advanced. But we have been able to emphasize the importance of manufacturing capacities in the country, not importing finished products, so that we can be able to create the jobs. Similarly, within the human settlement point of view, we're looking at expanding in terms of innovative building technologies. And in that context, we have agreed that manufacturing capacities will be in the country to create jobs, but also transfer of skills and knowledge. So that's one of the things that we've been able to do up front as a country, and Minister Lamola has been driving that.
On another issue, African Development Bank, I'm told South Africa has got a candidate.
Definitely, the current deputy in the African Development Bank, Swazi, is a South African black woman who has been very excellent in her work, what she's been doing there. She is in the running for becoming the leader, the president of the African Development Bank, and I hope we can all rally behind her and support her. As you have seen the statement by Cabinet to say we remain as a candidate. We do believe that it's actually fair to see equity in the continent, women leading entities, but also being able to continue, because she's deputy, she's number 2, she's been there, she's competent. It's not just about a black woman, but it's a competent black woman whom South Africa is saying, can we have her at the leading point of the bank?
Thank you so much, Minister, for your time with the breaking news. As you heard, South Africa is putting forward a candidate for the African Development Bank presidency. As you know, that the current president will be leaving office